The little parrot sat in a cage for 2 long years, waiting. Not for food, not for a toy, but for someone who would finally see him and love him. His name was Twizzy, and his life almost slipped away unnoticed. Twizzy wasn't like other birds. He was born with a condition called scissor beak, which made his beak grow crooked. Eating was a daily struggle. He had to tilt his head back, twist his neck, and fight just to swallow a single bite. Most of the food fell to the floor. Each attempt left him weaker, and in that tiny cage, he often hurt himself just trying to survive. For 2 years, that was his life. A bird considered imperfect, left behind, with no one willing to give him a chance. But then everything changed. A kind person noticed him and couldn't look away. After long talks with the breeder, Twizzy was finally freed from the cage. That's when he met the person who would become his true family. The first promise made to him was simple: you'll never go hungry again. But promises take time to believe. At first, Twizzy was quiet, nervous, and unsure. People hadn't been kind before, so why should he trust now? He kept his distance, watching with cautious eyes. Day after day, his new owner waited patiently. Food was offered by hand, soft words were spoken, and space was given so Twizzy could feel safe. Slowly, little by little, he started to open up. The breakthrough came the day he lowered his head and allowed his first gentle scratch. That tiny moment said everything. I trust you now. From then on, Twizzy's real personality began to shine. No longer the silent bird in the back of a cage, he became playful, curious, and full of life. He loved attention, loved interaction, and even learned to play little games like tossing toys back and forth. His silly antics filled the house with laughter. Of course, his care required extra effort. His beak needed regular trimming. His food had to be prepared in small, soft pieces, fruit cut tiny, pellets rolled into balls, shallow dishes, so he could scoop them up more easily. Many times, he still had to be hand-fed. But the bond that grew out of this care was unbreakable. Every meal wasn't just about food. It was about trust, safety, and love. Twizzy began to explore freely, wandering around the house with confidence. No longer confined, he became a bird with a whole world to discover. He would perch on shoulders, climb onto shirts, and curiously inspect everything in sight. The little parrot who once lived with hunger and fear now filled every corner of his home with joy. But his story is also a reminder. In the wild, Twizzy wouldn't survive. His condition makes him too vulnerable. Yet in a loving home, with patience and understanding, he doesn't just survive, he thrives. He isn't just a bird anymore. He is family. Sometimes his owner thinks back to the cage. What if no one had stepped in? What if Twizzy had been left there, struggling, for the rest of his life? The thought is unbearable, because behind that imperfect beak was a bird overflowing with love, just waiting for someone to notice. Now Twizzy shows every day that animals with differences can be the most special companions of all. He may not be perfect by standards, but in reality, he is more than perfect. His trust, his affection, and his ability to bring happiness prove it. His journey is a reminder to anyone thinking about adoption. Don't just look for flawless. Sometimes the ones with the hardest challenges are the ones who give the deepest love. Open your heart to them. Save them. Because in many cases, like Twizzy's, they will end up saving you, too. Of course, caring for any animal takes responsibility. It's not always easy. Learn about their needs, talk to experts, and be ready to give them the life they deserve. When you do, the love you get back will be greater than you ever expected. Today, Twizzy is happy, safe, and adored. His days of waiting in silence are over. His cage is gone. In its place, he has freedom, family, and a future filled with love. If Twizzy's story touched you, give this video a like. Share it with someone who needs to hear it. And if you've ever had a rescue animal in your life, tell us your story in the comments. Even sharing this video can help more animals like Twizzy find the second chance they deserve.